A lot of the Federal Reserve banks are doing work to try to better understand the economic conditions in their region. We're no exception.
When we talk about jobs in Ohio, we often overlook the deep and thoughtful research being done at the Federal Reserve Bank in Cleveland. Behind these fortress-like walls, people analyze, assess, and digest reams of data, trying to find solutions to the problems besetting the region.
Ohio has about 5.5 million people employed. But what most people don't realize is there's a lot of churning around in the labor market. And in fact, every calendar quarter of the year, we typically have about 300,000 jobs being created, new jobs, and about the same number of jobs, 300,000, that are disappearing for one reason or another.
You know, actually, the economic picture in Northeast Ohio is a lot better than most people imagine. Akron, in particular, has been an economic leader in the area. I think it's important to note that really change is part of an economy. An economy grows by adding new jobs at the leading edge of the economy at the same time that it's destroying them or markedly changing them at the trailing edge of that economy.
And about 12 years ago, the Akron City Schools started career education programs that today seem to be at the leading edge of the new economy.
We started this program with Frank Myers from the Akron Public Schools back about 12 years ago because we understood early as contractors that there would be a higher demand for skilled tradesmen because the industry changed. What used to be manufacturing in this city moved out, and so we were changing over to a service-based economy, and we would have to have the workers to fill those positions. So we started there.
The career education program is energized by Frank Myers, a man who ceaselessly fosters relationships with dozens of Akron area companies. They, in turn, benefit tremendously from a pool of talented, well-trained apprentices.
There will always have a need for builders, for carpenters, for electricians, for plumbers, for mason contractors. There will always be a need. There will always be a need for machinists. We are a nation that produces. There will always be a need for somebody to produce the parts and the materials that we need in our everyday lives. That's not going to change, not anytime soon.
Every year, the senior students from the program are expected to help build a house. They put into action everything they learned in class. Now, this isn't a fake house. It is built to exacting standards, and every step is overseen by inspectors and instructors. It is also built in stressed areas in Akron, and past homes have proven the school's project will foster better neighborhoods. Once it is completed, it goes on the market.
I don't know about you, but when I left high school, I couldn't put down in my resume that I had built a real house and sold it for $89,000. That's all part of this program.
All the main unions in the Akron area support this work.
They were all very supportive of it. They were anxious to hire the high school students and use them in the field at the high school level.
Career education students do very well academically, too. 95 to 98% pass the Ohio Proficiency Test or the Ohio Graduation Test. 97% of career education students are employed and going to college or the military. Undoubtedly, the market for skilled workers in these fields is amazing.
The job market is fantastic. Right now, I can employ every one of my students. Mr. Myers, our apprenticeship coordinator, he does a great job with communicating with different companies throughout the Akron area.
Frank Myers has a passion for his job, and he expects his students to also be good citizens in the community, but he doesn't forget where these kids come from.
A lot of the parents just flat out do not have the resources to send their kids off to a post-secondary education institution. They just don't have the money, okay? And the student loans are, you know, it's expensive for these kids. It's a debt they have to be very careful about taking on.
Lorain Community College's campus is beautiful. Each season brings its own touch to the courtyards dividing college buildings. And graduation features the usual happy faces, full of hope for the future. But soon another graduating class will be honored. Actually, it will be the first graduating class for a very special school, nurtured by Lorain Community College, that could be described as a college within a college. Its name, Early College. The graduation will also feature something quite unusual.
This is what happens in board meetings. This is what happens in faculty meetings.
We have 37 students, and 32 of them are on target to graduate with their associate's degree and their high school diploma. All of them are on target to graduate with their high school diploma and no less than 30 college credits, so we're extremely excited about that.